All right, all right, all right. I think we are live. Yo, yo, yo. Tell me what you know. Welcome to the Sunshine Show. Woo! You guys are in for such a special treat tonight, this afternoon, this morning, wherever in the world you may roam, because that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Sunshine Show is worldwide. Tonight, I have the most amazing, the most fabulous, the most phenomenal, the most Bowie of them all. I have Jasmine of Maximum Friction in the house. What's up, Jasmine?
Hi. I'm
Hello.
really good. I'm really good. How about you? How about you? How are you?
I am doing good. I love interviewing you because you have such an amazing energy. It's been 2 years. This is actually our 2 year anniversary to the
Wow.
day since the last time that we talked. And I'm so stoked to catch up with you and see everything that you've been doing and catch up on everything that you've been dropping.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it? 2 years is technically a long time. Let's see. I'm 15 now, which means I was like 13 when you interviewed me last. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ew. That's
That
crazy.
That is crazy. Jasmine, for everybody at home who's watching who may not know who the phenomenal Jasmine of Maximum Friction is, can you please give everybody a brief introduction?
Okay, so my name is Jasmine Markey, and I am the lead singer and bass player of Maximum Friction, which is a band that I share with my drummer Anton and my guitar player Jaden. And I also play violin for school, so I'm music all around. We play metal, by the way, so like Black Sabbath and like Iron Maiden, Metallica, all that stuff.
So, what is it like transitioning from the daily life on playing, classically trained violin to like switching over to the nightlife of like shredding, like System of a Down and Metallica and Pantera?
Um, honestly, especially because I've been doing it for such a long time, it doesn't really feel like it's not that big of a difference to me. It's kind of just like I go to school, I see all my friends, we all are in this big, gigantic group of an orchestra, and we all play together, and it's all this like do do do, and then we do like, and then like later that night, I have like just two people in my like little group, and then we're like playing to a big crowd, and we're like all rocking out. It's it's different, but like it's also like normal. So I don't know how to explain it. It's just
It,
fun.
is it hard to refrain from headbanging when you're jamming out on that violin, girl?
Um, let's just say I have been constantly told I cannot sit still in my seat. So, um, yeah.
Very cool. So let's talk a little bit about your history. So I've seen pictures of you as a child, just already sort of like gravitating towards the musical lifestyle. So when did it start for you? When did you know you were gonna pick up that bass and be a badass front woman?
I think that the first time music really showed like any interest in me is probably when my parents saw me messing around with like musical instruments and noticed that I wasn't just like hitting on them. I was actually like making melodies. Like I think it was I was at my grandparents' house and I was on the piano and I was playing something and I messed up and I went back and played the exact same thing and my dad was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 wait." And I think that's when my parents started putting instruments in front of me. um I was like after that I played violin for school. I got put in the violin program, so I started that like 4 or 5, and then when I was 7 I picked up bass, and then through that I played in a band called Tiny Paws, and I played with a ton of girls, and we played like Taylor Swift Shake It Off and like Katy Perry Roar and all of that. And then when I was 9, the first time I ever sang and played bass together, which is Smoke on the Water. And I just loved the crowd's reaction after that. I was like, this is my thing. I'm doing this. And then after that, I sang and I played bass. And then I ended up starting like Maximum Friction, like before it was called that, um, like when I was like 10. And then, yeah, now here we are.
Wow, what a history. Now, are mom and dad also musicians?
No. No. I know that there's musicians in our family. Like I know my grandfather played instruments, but overall my parents are not musicians. So, no.
Wow, wow, but what a great support system you have.
I know, right?
It's such a blessing because a lot of people don't have that support system, and it's very important, especially in an industry such as music, to have that support because it can be very hard. What are the challenges at such a young age, 15? What are some of the challenges that you've already found working in the industry?
Well, okay. One of them is my age, which a lot of places are very hesitant to like let me and my band play at venues due to us being younger. And another one is I can't it's really this isn't really an issue, I guess, but I guess technically like a lot of times I definitely have been put off to the side because I'm the girl in my band. There's definitely been some times where people are like there was this one time we played at this new venue and the sound guy completely ignored me every time I tried to talk to him. And like he set up my guitar player's microphone and everything. And I looked at him, I was like, hey, can I have a microphone? And he was like, oh, are you singing backups? And I was like, no, I'm the lead singer. No.
Wow,
So,
wow.
there's things like that. But like most of the time, I don't really take it to heart too much. I just kind of like let it like I'm like, oh well, they're gonna see me play and then they're gonna think otherwise. So like let's
Absolutely. It's always like great to like surprise them, huh?
oh yeah, definitely.
Love it. Let's check out this chat. You got a lot of people here. We're streaming live on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us. You could be anywhere in the world and you're here with us, and it means so much to have your support. We have Ross Rucker in the house. Now, is that Rocky Rucker's father? Maybe. I don't know. Dawn, I'm looking at you down in the basement. Can I get a heads up? Heads up? I don't know. Okay. We got Judd in the house. We got Scott Weiss of Underground Roots Clothing, Maximum Friction. We got Donovan. I could not do it without him. Thank you so much for your help. We got Sean rocking in the house. My favorite, Jordan Branch. If you guys are not already following Jordan Branch, make sure to do that today. Amazing singer-songwriter out of North Cali. Got my wife Lindsay in the house. What's up, wifey? We got Rocky Rucker in the house. What's up, Rocky? Now tell me a little bit about Rocky. Who is Rocky and what does he mean to you?
Hi, Rocky. Okay, so Rocky is probably like the reason I play bass really well. Honestly, I know that we've known Rocky for like ever. I know that there's pictures of Rocky with me when I was tiny. There's he was my bass teacher. He is my bass teacher. He's the person who comes over and helps me with my bass amp and my pedal boards when I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I can't fix it. Help. He's like family, pretty much. Like he's the person we could call, be like, hey, my bass isn't working. Help. But yeah, no, I definitely would not be the bass player I am today if it wasn't for him. So I have so much thanks in my heart for him. Thank you so much.
Nothing but love to Rocky Rucker. Now, remind me the name of Rocky's band.
Oh, ambush.
And number one zeros.
Number one. What?
He does a Chris Cornell tribute. Number one zeros.
Number
The
one.
number one zeros.
I didn't know that. My bad.
Hey,
I didn't do my research, guys.
that's okay. That's what we learn things here on the Sunshine Show. All right, let's see. We got David McCampbell in the house. We got Kabosh89. They say, hi, Jasmine. We got Carlos Bracetta all the way from Santa Cruz. Kabosh says, it's Ashley and Polly. What's up, Ashley and Polly?
It's my sister.
Awesome. We got Scott Teens. What's up, Cooley Ranks of the Pilfers, formerly of the Toasters in the house. Love you, Cooley. Awesome. All right. So Jasmine, so we're talking a little bit about bass. Tell us about your rig. What are you playing on? Let me see what's behind you. Who are your sponsors? Give me all the deets.
Sponsors? None. But
not yet.
Not yet. I've heard that like Dark Glass has like liked a few of my posts before, so that's a cool thing. Anyways, so over here, which you can't see really well, but like this is the Dark Glass amp.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. This is the Dark Glass amp. This is the amp head that I use. And then I use the Vark bass cabinets. And then I use Schecters as my basses. This is my baby bass. This is the bass that I pose with. This is the bass that I use to write all my songs. It's the 5-string. It's the twin bass, I think. It's so pretty. I love it. Yeah, it's called the Evil Twin. Yeah. It's so pretty. I got it for Christmas last year. And it has Roman numerals on it. Instead of like dots, And it's so pretty. It's so fancy for no reason. But yeah,
That is awesome.
yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Except for like the board, but like
Wait, did you say you have a pedal board?
do.
Oh, let's talk about the pedals, girl.
Okay. Let's do the pedal board thing. Let me
Hi, Zachary. Reverse Oreo says hi.
Hi.
Zach and Ethan.
Yes. Okay, see, this is my pedal board.
Ooh. Tell us all about
Okay. Okay, so right here we have the dark glass, which is pretty much like my amp does the same thing as this, but for the extra bite, you have the wah pedal. This, wait, what is it? Okay, yeah. This is like the octave pedal, so it like makes everything sound octaved, if that makes sense. So like doubled. This is the down tuning pedal because down tuning sucks sometimes. Tuner pedal, and then delay. Okay, yeah.
Now, is it hard for you to refrain from buying all the pedals? I mean, how do you stop at just 1 or 3 or 5?
Okay, so I'm not a big pedal person, and I never really have been. I didn't start using pedals until like I was like 13 maybe. Because I really don't like taking the time to learn how to use them. They take so long sometimes to like understand them. But the pedals that I have on my board right now are either pedals that I absolutely need or like are just like essentials that you probably should have. For example, there's definitely been some pedals I've taken off. We do have like a lot of pedals just sitting there, but some of them are bass pedals.
Okay.
But like for example, I have my distortion pedal, which I use distortion for like everything. And then I have my wah pedal, and one of our originals has wah in it, so like. And then the drop tuning pedal was mainly because my guitar player has the same drop tuning pedal. And there's definitely some songs where it was just taking way too long to switch basses. So, just click a pedal instead. And then tuner obviously is essential. Delay has the looper pedal on it. So, if I ever want to loop something, I can just do that. So, I don't really do the whole pedal thing, but like I have the essentials. I have
The essentials.
I have what I need.
I love it. I love it. We got Carmen Martinez in the house. She says, "Go, Jasmine. You're an awesome musician."
Say hi to Mia for me.
We got Jada. I can't wait to see how this band plays out in the future. All right, let's talk about the future of Maximum Friction. What are we seeing? What are we seeing in the forecast?
Okay, so this is something really big. So we've been working on originals for quite some time, right? Like there's some originals that we've written that's never gotten recorded since I was like, we wrote them when I was like in 7th grade. So like, and I'm going to 10th grade now. So, it's been some time. On Monday, we are doing the first recording session to start recording 4 originals. So we will have 4 originals out, which will be the start of the album, quote unquote. So I'm super excited.
Oh, you heard it here first on the Sunshine Show. Okay, what I'm saying. All right, where is the recordings taking place?
We're going to the power station, which was highly suggested by a lot of people that we know. So, and we will be using Paul as the sound engine person. Yeah, sound engine person.
Okay, so Jasmine, I want to hear a little bit about your songwriting process. I mean, what are the deets? What does it entail?
Okay, so technically we've written as a band whole 9 songs. So, I have a little bit of experience. I have a lot of people who are like, "Oh, you need to write the words first. Oh, you need to write like the instrument first." Honestly, if I don't know what to do, I write the instruments first because it's usually easier to come up with a melody and then words after the fact. However, there's some songs like Frenemy, for example, which is one of the originals we play all the time. The words came first, like the chorus came first. Like that came before anything. And that was literally me outside, not instead of doing what I was supposed to, which was working out in the yard, I was running around singing a song in my head, and that's what came of it.
I want to know about Frenemy. I tell me the chorus. What are the words?
Okay, so the chorus words are frenemy, you've got a friend of me, we can't stand each other, but we can't leave. No, we love one another as an enemy. Oh, frenemy, you've got a friend of me, an enemy. And I wrote that in 7th grade. So,
Oh, Dawn, I feel like that's your theme song down there in the basement. I'm seeing you down there, Dawn.
Oh no. I actually Okay, when I wrote it, it didn't have a lot of meaning, but when I wrote like the verses of it, it was based off an interaction I had with a person at school. So it is based on school, which I was in 7th grade, so but it was basically I was getting teased by this one person, and honestly, thanks to them because I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for them. So like thanks. But at the same time, like it was so weird because they were teasing me for all the wrong reasons. It was like, what's your problem? Like leave me alone, please. But it's
Well,
okay.
I love that you were able to turn something that can really hurt somebody's spirit, and really, bullying is a thing, cyberbullying, bullying in real life, and it really does tear people down. So it's amazing that you were able to take that and turn it around, and now you're like releasing it on your first album at 15 years old. Like, what? That is incredible.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Congratulations.
I'm grateful that that's how I took it instead of like, because I know that that person in particular, it did make me like doubt a lot of things. It made me like very like it did it, I was very insecure after that. But
Sure.
like
Yeah.
I still got a song out of it. So like
Who's winning? The joke's on them. That's all we're gonna say about
exactly,
that.
exactly.
Um, all right, cool. So, did you have to like revise your lyrics much, or is it pretty much the same? I mean, I'm sure there's been like some revisions
For Frenemy, no.
just the four
Songs
songs like in general that you wrote so long ago, or is it like the exact same thing that you
so
wrote?
the 3 songs we wrote a long time ago are Nameless, Frenemy, and Lost. And in the order would be Lost, then Frenemy, then Nameless. So
Okay.
those 3. And I actually have not changed any of the lyrics on any of them. Maybe Nameless might have had I think the second chorus was like there was 2 versions of it, but I don't think I changed. I think I just was picked one. I didn't actually change it, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So,
So is it like verse, chorus, bridge? Like, is there a certain recipe or a certain equation that you use, or does it just depend on the structure of the song of how you're feeling?
oh, I am definitely guilty of doing the same formula. I am definitely guilty of that. I feel like it like as a person who likes like chaos and that factor, I disappointed in myself to say that I don't experiment more. However, one of the songs that I recently wrote does have a different formula than like or like a different like structure than like my normal structure. So usually it's verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That's usually how it goes.
Okay. If it's not broken, you don't got to fix it, right? Isn't that what the saying is?
Yeah.
Very cool. Man, I'm just like, I'm blown away. You're very inspirational to me. And I'm sure so many people at home watching, like I don't mean to keep saying at such a young age, because I know like obviously you're a teenager and you feel very grown up, but like a lot of us like, oh, elders over here. We're just like, dang, like that is so amazing and inspirational and just wow, phenomenal. I want to talk a little bit about the music school that you attend and how you feel that that's affected your career.
Okay, so I actually have gone to a music school since I was in elementary school. Well, an art school. So my elementary school was technically an art school, which is where I learned how to play violin. So I wouldn't be quite the musician I am if I didn't get that program offered to me as a kid. And then the middle school I went to was also an art school. I actually I kept telling my parents like there was a specific college I wanted to go to, and my parents were like, "No, you have to get into this school first. Like you have to think about middle school first." So I was like, "Okay, this school and then this school." So I've actually gotten into all the schools that I've planned for myself once since I was like in 3rd grade. So like, yay me. But
Wow.
going to an art school, I think that especially my high school, I really, really love my high school. I think that it's definitely helped me like not be afraid of who I am because I know there's definitely some people who don't have the like confidence to like do particularly what I do because there's people at their school don't like they think of it as weird. Especially I still get backlash from it. Like there's definitely some people who are like, "Oh, that's a little weird because I'm in a metal band as a kid, like as a girl." But like overall, all my friends and stuff are like, yes, Jazzy, go Jazzy. So, and my school is very supportive in like extracurricular, like outside school activities. So like there's like a kid that makes his own music and stuff like that. And the teacher has, like, the principal of our school has literally allowed him to go on our morning announcements and do a song of his. So like, our school is very supportive in like the students like outside activities when it comes to the arts. So I think that's something that's going to definitely help me in the future. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. We got Salvatore, the one and only, the world-renowned artist in the house, who's actually in Florida as well. Sal, I don't know if you've seen Maximum Friction yet, but if you haven't, you need to. Remind me whereabouts, what area of Florida you live in?
so I live in like South Florida, so Palm
Okay.
Beach County. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Sal, where are you at? I'm not really sure if you're south, north, or what's going on. But let us know. All right, cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions for your host, Sunny C, or the one and only Jasmine of Maximum Friction, drop them down there in the comment section. We'll get to them as soon as possible. Sal says he's in Port St. Lucie.
That's not that far. No,
Not
yeah.
that far at all. What we play over there? What do you guys play?
Go Earl's Hideaway. No,
Maybe that's Sebastian.
is that not Port St. Lucie?
Careful,
Oh my god, there's a cat down here and she's meowing.
I hear the cat. I hear it. I love it. All right. I want you to tell me who is there a particular band this show brought to you in part by Cheesy Poofs. Okay, Dawn. That's why you're down in the basement. You're not going anywhere. Like, no, you're stuck with me forever. All right. It's funny because when I used to tour, I always had a bucket of those cheesy balls all the time in my van at all costs. There. I love it, dude. All right, have we talked much about the cover art gonna look like for the album?
Okay, so I probably am the only one in my band who's thought about this. Maybe the boys have, but like they definitely haven't told me. However, my dad's bringing.
Yes.
There's a funny story about these. My siblings are known for putting stuff in like grocery carts and not having our dad know. So like we'll just like slide stuff there and he'll pay for it and then we'll walk out of the store and he'll be like, "How did I get this?" See, I did that, but I did that with the Amazon cart and cheese balls. He bought cheese balls without knowing he bought cheese balls with the Amazon cart. I was successful that day.
Girl, you got to get it on auto renew where they send you a new bucket of cheese balls every month.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, we got a question. First question of the night. Terry Lacey, have you figured out what the warning song you're going to cover?
So, see, we're covering Sick, obviously. We just started with that. I have been listening to other ones, especially because I know my dad made a post on our my band's page asking people what warning songs they wanted to hear, and I was listening to a lot of them. I know I had Jaden listen to some of them with me. We haven't decided on one yet, but it might be from the new album still, so on the same album as Sick. It probably will be. But yeah, I'm not sure yet, so gonna have to get back to you on that one.
You'll have to stay tuned. Okay, so we were talking about cover art.
Yes. Okay. So when I wrote Lost, I did have an idea because I knew that when I wrote Lost that I wanted any song, like most of the songs afterwards, to be on that album. So there is a character that goes to that song because there's some of the songs that I wrote tell a story that connects to each other.
I love that.
And there's a character that goes with it. And
like a concept album?
yeah, like a concept album.
I
But it's
love
not
it.
a concept album. There's some songs that don't like obviously tell that story. Like they could definitely be applied to the story, but they weren't written specifically with the story in mind. But there are songs, like for example, the new original we wrote, Beautiful Lie, that one's based on the story.
Wow.
So basically the character is a girl and it's a dystopian thing because when I was in 7th grade, it was all about the dystopian stuff. I was into dystopian books, let me tell you. But this girl our lovely main character, she is a cyborg. Um,
Ooh.
and the reason for it is because when she was human, there's this whole thing like, and in her world, there is a quote unquote evil queen, I guess. We'll put that into like, so it's a monarchy or whatever, and the queen is evil, and she's trying to assert her power by using people who fought against her like rule and turning them into cyborgs and making them fight in her army. So the
Wow.
story of our main character is that she's a cyborg that used to fight for the queen, but somehow she has her own will now. So like she's going against the queen as a cyborg now. And that's the story. That's the entire story, pretty much.
Wow, I feel like I see like an animation video going along with
Anime,
all of this.
a novel. Yes, I know. I've been told I'm a writer, guys.
At only 15, you guys. I hope everybody at home that have children that need inspiration, you're going to show this to them because these are the kind of children. This is our future right here. And I'm so happy and honored to be involved and being able to interview and, and talk to you because it's very, very inspiring, Jasmine. And I hope you
Thank
do
you.
realize that.
Thank you.
All right. Lemonade on YouTube says, what are your thoughts on gangsta rap?
What?
Do you have thoughts on gangsta rap? I'll tell you my thoughts on gangsta rap. I
I do
love
not
me some.
have any thoughts.
What's that?
I do not have any thoughts, mainly because I'm confused.
Oh no! It's all good. So I'll tell you my thoughts. I love me some Snoop Dogg, some Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I think that was like 1998.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. Pretty much, I really don't listen to it that much. I know that my friends, like some of my friends, probably listen to it. I don't really care. Music is music. If you're gonna like express it in that way, go ahead. If you're gonna express it as pop, go ahead. Country, go ahead. Like I don't have to like it to like it if that makes sense. Especially if the song's message is good, or there's some songs that have really good hooks and like they're a country song. Like that's really good. Like I'm still gonna listen. Like I don't discriminate. So honestly, it honestly just depends.
And the Thunder Rose. Do you know that song, George Strait? No, is that Garth Brooks? Who sings that? And the Ask
My
your
mom,
dad knows. I think it's Garth Brooks.
my mom is mad at me. She's shocked. She's shook it. I'm sorry, mom. I don't know names. You can't throw names at me. I'm gonna look at you and be like, no, I don't know. And people are gonna be like, and it's gonna be like, guys, listen.
Hey, we got you, girl. Let's see, Jordan Branch. I love this. Your creativity is inspiring. Lyrics are the best brain food. Any tips for a musician just starting on bass? Used to guitar and violin, but trying to branch out.
Okay, so when starting on bass, okay, great. See, listen, I know a lot of people. I think one of the biggest things is like this hand and this hand. Let me tell you, this took me a minute because I used to try to do this. But it also, honestly, it just takes time because I know a lot of people, when they start, it sometimes they're like, "Oh my god, my hand hurts," which like makes sense, especially if you hit hard like I did. Like my hands were when I first started, like the first 3 years of me playing bass, my fingers were constantly blistered. Now they are just two hard rocks on. There's just two like hard lumps on my hands.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think when it comes to like starting an instrument, and this goes for like any like instrument, it's just putting the like determination and the willpower, like having the willpower to continue because you're not gonna get results within a week. Let me tell you, it will not happen. A year at most. um, or if you're like really putting in the work, like maybe 6 months, but it takes time. So I wouldn't stress too much if you're not sounding like Geddy Lee within your first 2 weeks of playing bass. It's gonna be fine. It's all okay.
It sounds like what I tell myself every time I go on a diet. It's not gonna happen in a week, all right? Maybe in a couple of months, maybe a year. We'll get it.
Oh no. Yeah. Maybe
Let's
you
see.
should own advice for certain things.
Love it. Jordan says her 13-year-old is listening. Jordan, what is your 13-year-old's name? We want to give him a shout out.
Yes, let's give the 13-year-old a shout out. Hi.
Jordan said, and the lightning strikes. Yeah. Okay. So that is Garth Brooks, just so everybody is aware. Let's see. Kabosh says Jasmine's are really, really good at drawing too. Are you a artist?
I do. I
as
draw.
well?
My sketchbooks are upstairs. Somebody go get the sketchbooks. They're upstairs in my room.
Somebody go fetch the sketchbook.
I do draw. I love drawing. I actually thought about making a comic book at one point because I'm a big story writer. However, I also procrastinated, so that probably won't happen very much. I did write the first episode, but well, stay tuned because I doubt it's coming. I doubt the second episode's coming.
You have so much time though. My son, he lives in Inglewood. He's a graphic designer, illustrator, and he actually does anime comic books. Oh wait, I can't hear myself. Hold on. He actually does anime comic books for a living. So
Ooh, yeah. See, okay, so I draw mainly OCs. I don't draw all the time. I have like drawing spurts. So like there's times where like I have a sketchbook in my hand and I'm like, okay, I want to draw. And then I'll draw for like that entire week. And then like the next 3 weeks, I literally won't pick up a pen and paper and I won't draw for like the next 3 weeks. See, recently I kept seeing Demon Slayer all on my For You page because I do watch anime sometimes. I'm not a big anime nerd, but like it's definitely inspiring, especially when trying to like draw. It's very inspiring to get like to watch an anime as a story person too, like as somebody who writes, also very inspirational. But it's because the new what's it called season came out in the US on Crunchyroll. So I kept seeing it all over my For You page.
Crunchyroll, everybody. We all learned something new today. What is Crunchyroll, Jasmine?
Oh, it's a streaming platform for anime. It's a streaming platform for anime. It is, yes. Oh, well, I guess I can't show my art. I don't know.
That's okay.
It's in the bookshelf by my bed. It should be, at least.
So let's give a shout out to Silas in the house. What's up, Si? Sai. Let's see. He also wants to do anime, draw anime.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it. That's amazing.
I started drawing at the same time. I started like, well, I drew. The way I started drawing was because my dad. We used to every Sunday after when I went to church with like my grandparents and stuff like that, my family would go to eat breakfast together afterwards, and we went to the same place every time, every Sunday. And my dad, they would give us like these paper placemats, and they gave you like crayons and stuff. And so my dad would draw these weird little figures and stuff like that. And I would copy his stuff. Oh, hey, look, I have my sketchbooks. And I would copy my dad's drawings. And at some point, my dad was started to say, oh yeah, she's better than me.
Dad has that creative gene. He's also an artist.
My dad does have the creative gene. He just never had the chance to express it, sadly.
Hey,
but
he still has a chance to express it, Jasmine. My God.
Yeah, okay, listen. He thinks he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't. He thinks he doesn't.
Dad, come on now, Dad.
See, I draw characters for like animes. For example, I redrew my MHAOC from when I was in 7th grade and I was starting on anime. I made it MHAOC. So like this is her. Wait, I got this. That's her. And then I drew Demon Slayer. Hold on, wait, I got this. I have my Demon Slayer OCs. I suck at drawing, guys, but we went to
we don't talk about ourselves like that on the Sunshine Show.
Hold on, wait. I got this. Hold on. There was a but. We went on this really long trip because we were going to OCC to play. And I learned how to draw, guys, in that 4-hour drive home. Anyways, this is my Demon Slayer OC. And then this is the other one. This is the guy I can draw. This is the only guy I've ever drawn.
Yeah, is he wearing Jinkos in that picture?
Huh?
Jeans, the Jinko jeans, those kind of look like Jinkos.
Yes,
no,
because in Demon Slayer, it's like in the 1920s, I think. So like, yeah. And then this is my Demon Slayer OC in a different pose.
That is awesome, dude. You are so talented.
Thank you.
Wow, Jasmine, I had no idea. What else? I mean, what else you got up your sleeve? You got some other, what else you do?
Well, let's see. Besides like drawing
She's all
and doing
besides playing violin, writing the music, being a badass front woman for my band, drawing, what else you got?
Okay, so see, that's pretty like everything you pretty much just said is pretty much it. That's pretty much like all I'm really good at doing. Somebody said street art. Yes, I've done street art before. I did dabble in chalk. That was definitely a journey. But when it comes to like the arts, I know that I dabbled in like almost everything, honestly, because there was a point in time where it was the decision between art or theater, which was going to be my backup choice because I was a theater kid. And there's definitely some people who, when I go to school, people guess my major and they're like theater because I guess I act like a theater kid. So
I could see you acting, dude. I could see you in the movies.
yep, people say that. And then I used to do dance as a kid. I know a lot of people did ballet. I was one of those kids that did ballet. I was one of those kids. And I did
Wow.
gymnastics too. I can't do a split anymore though, but I can do a handstand and one of those like what are they called? Off hand I those handspring
Oh,
things.
the front
They're
or
not
the dang,
I
I
think
should
it's
know
not
this.
handspring.
Something. Okay,
Yeah,
so have both of us, we have no idea. So have you been watching the Olympics?
no.
You
See,
have
okay,
to see.
we're
You
not a
have
sports family.
Yes,
We're
but
not
you said you used to like gymnastics. I too used to like gymnastics. And so like I have been really super excited about this year the gymnastics team cuz like they kicked butt, dude. And just telling you watch the highlights. They're amazing. Ricky in the house. What's up, Ricky?
person. I know it's Ricky. Hi, person.
Ricky. How are you doing, Ricky? It's been a few years since I interviewed you too. We need to get you back on the show. We got Davy Baby in the house of Davy Brown Sound and Zupanova. Rocky Rucker, what's your favorite hot sauce, Jasmine?
Oh, I literally told him today that I don't eat hot sauce, guys. Okay, see, listen. I know my dad's favorite hot sauce. I can tell you my dad's favorite hot sauce. Bacon hot sauce.
What kind
There's
of hot sauce?
there's a bacon hot sauce, and my dad is obsessed.
Winston, cover your ears. The pig's in the closet. Okay, he heard that.
Ah! See, okay,
It's vegan.
it's vegan. Apparently, it's vegan.
It's literally vegan hot sauce.
Here
I
you go.
love it. Oh my god, that
The vegan down there?
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it is vegan. Oh, I love it. It's just bacon flavored. Doug, you are my kind of person. Love that.
It's really good. You guys, I'll send you a bottle.
Please do. Lemonade has a question. Any
Go ahead.
recommendations on finding band members? Lemonade's got all the good questions today.
I no, finding band members was probably like finding a drummer was definitely like a hard thing. Finding no, I know. Finding a drummer when like before we found Anton, that was a hard journey. Especially finding people your age, like my age. Even though I go to an art school, it's still hard to find people that play the music I play. So
Yeah.
like when it comes to finding band members, honestly, I cannot help you. I know that like there's like bandmix doc there's like sites, especially if you're not my age, if you're like 16 up, which I'm not 16 yet technically. So there's sites like bandmix.com and stuff like that you can go on that you can find people sometimes. But honestly, it's just like putting yourself out there, and sometimes the people will come to you because Anton, which is our drummer, he actually was showing up to our shows before he became the drummer, and then I think he saw like an ad for us asking for like looking for a drummer in like Guitar Center or something, and then he like texted my dad and was like, "Hey, are you still looking for a drummer?"
Wait, so is this a different drummer than you had 2 years ago?
Yes,
No, yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Okay. And so is Anton how old is Anton? Is he
18 turning 19 in September.
Oh, Okay, so significantly younger than the last drummer.
Yes. He's
That's
close to our age. We're all like, I think Jaden's 2 years younger than me and Anton's 3 years older than me. So
now Jaden, he's a beast of a guitar player. Tell me about y'all's relationship. Is it like a love-hate? Do you guys fight a lot? Are you best friends? What's the deal?
okay, all of the above. We're like siblings. Like definitely I little brother vibes. It's actually kind of funny because when he was younger, like when we first like met each other, people would ask if we were siblings and he would always get mad at me for telling them that we weren't. So I just started calling him my little brother to the point where I have met new people like friends and stuff like that at school and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's like my little brother." And then when they finally meet him, I have to explain that he's not related to me, in fact, and that he's not actually my little brother, that I just call him that. But I do. I call him my little brother. We run around and I call him my little brother. We definitely fight. We definitely fight. We definitely roughhouse. It's that whole thing. It's sibling love. We got that
So
sibling.
what does practice look like for you guys? Is it very organized? Are you pretty much like the leader of the group? Do you guys have like songs you're practicing before you go to practice? I want to know the structure of this.
Oh, yeah. Practice. Practice. We had practice right before this interview. Practice is such a hit or miss. It could go anyway, honestly. um, definitely, I'm definitely the person who probably is chugging it along most of the time. I'm the person who's like, "This is the set we're doing," and then Anton will write the set on the board because I give it to him because I don't want to write it. But it's usually I have come to the conclusion that I have gained the boys' sense of humor. It's bad. I have made some really bad jokes. I've made some really funny jokes that are funny to me and would be funny to them. But other people are like, huh? And I'm like, oh no, oh no, I'm getting the boys, I'm getting their humor now.
It happens. Yeah, it definitely happens.
But like overall, band practice is just like it's most of the time. Most of the time, it's fun. I mean, we're a band. We're gonna have our ups and downs, but like most of the time, it's like we're chugging along. All of a sudden, we like when we make mistakes or something, and it's just the all the looks around, and everybody's just like trying to hold the laugh in before we all just start bursting. So bad. It's so bad.
Well, I mean, you guys play some really difficult music. What would you say your most difficult piece was for you guys to learn?
Um. Okay. So at one point, I probably would have said Rush. And for obvious reasons, like when we learned the Rush medley, that's some technical stuff. Like it's Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson and Neil Peart. Like it's all like they're really good players, you know? Um,
Like the best of the best.
yeah. So like when we learned how to play those songs were definitely hard. But those songs, they also like the parts of them, like the parts of the song like went together, if that makes sense. Like it gelled really nicely when once we all learned our parts. It was not something that you had to like work on to put together. Now, when we learned the Anthrax songs, that's a different story. That those Anthrax was probably which we learned Caught in the Mosh and Indians. Those two were probably the hardest songs I think we've ever tried to put together. And it was because it wasn't just instrumental and it wasn't just hard instrumental. It was vocals and backups and instrumentals that didn't go together all the time. And when I tell you, I don't think I've ever worked so hard on trying to put a bass part and a vocal part together. I have never worked so hard to put a bass part and vocal part together until I had to play Caught in the Mosh, bro. So,
Well, I mean, because that is like a very acquired skill. It's very hard to play and sing at the same time. So, once again, bravo to Jasmine the Great over there in Florida.
I've heard. I don't know. I think it's something I've been doing. Like I said, like since I was 9, and like before because I used to play, I played drums at one point, and when I played drums, I would sing too. I would always just sing with any instrument I played, so it came really naturally. But Anthrax, not very natural. Not very natural.
Amazing. All right, we got Chris Luna out of Hawaii. What's up, Chris? He says, okay, Jasmine, if you could replace any bass player in a band, what band would it be?
If I could replay, like if me myself and I, okay, see, hmm.
Great question, by the way.
That is a great question. I guess, like, honestly, I'm not sure. Like,
Would you be Geddy Lee? Would you be
no.
Less?
See, okay, I would wiggle my way into Metallica. Thank you. I would like give me give me give me. Also, their songs are fire, so like I could put my name on.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. All right, we got Katie Clark in the house.
Hi, Katie.
Tiny Paws.
Yes, she was in Tiny Paws. She was in Tiny
Ah.
Paws when I played when I was younger. So yeah, she's part of the band.
Awesome. All right, Kabosh89, I have a good question for Jasmine. Who's your favorite sister?
Oh, okay, Ashley. That's a great question. I love you all equally. What are you talking about? Favorite sister? No.
Oh
I don't
my
actually
gosh.
that. See, okay, when I was younger, I do have to say, I know that when I was younger, I said Amanda a lot. I said Amanda was my favorite sister, but now, honestly, I don't have one. Ashley, I love you a lot.
The love goes around. It's equal, all right, guys. We don't pick favorites around here.
Don't.
Let's see. Ashley says you started learning to play the drums at 3 or 5. Was there
3.
just a drum? Was there just a drum set laying around? How did that happen?
Yeah. I don't know. What all I remember is there was a drum set there. There was just a drum set. I played. No, I had my first drum lesson at 3. So
Wow, that's amazing. Did you want to play anything for us tonight, or we're just talking? I meant to ask you this before we went live. Either whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just want to give you the option.
No.
That's fine. No, that's good. All right, next question. Also, you guys, we're going to start wrapping this up in about 15 minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, comments, suggestions, make sure to place them there in the comment section. Also, make sure to follow Maximum Friction on all the streaming platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Oh, you TikToking girl?
Yes.
Love it. All right, let me give you this question really quick. Do you think there's enough support and mentorship for young female musicians entering the industry? What changes would you like to see to better support women in music?
Okay, so that it is a good question. Yeah. Okay, as somebody who I think personally I've had a pretty good support system when it comes to being a female in the music industry. I know that not everybody does, so that I am grateful for. I think overall that lately, especially now that it's like 2024, there's definitely more female like people you can look up to in the music industry than there was, like, for example, if I was not alive yet. If it wasn't 2008, like I was born in 2008, before then there probably wasn't a lot as now. I think that if I could see a change, you know, honestly, it would be to see more females, because I have been told by people, by parents and stuff like that, that I'm the inspiration to like their kids. Like they're like, I'm gonna show this to like my daughter or my nieces or something, because they're so scared that there's nobody in the industry. And when I think about it, they're not wrong. As somebody who has a hard time like finding people to look up to myself, especially because in the music I play, there's definitely been some times where I've been told like, for example, when I first started, I was singing and people said I was trying to sound like a guy because that was the only songs that I had were guys singing. So
Right.
yeah, I was trying to imitate what I heard. But now, for example, you have bands like The Warning, for example. They're an all-female band and they're amazing, and they're semi in the genre than I am. They're in like hard rock. So like now, and then like Evanescence, for example, you have the female singer. So you definitely have some people. It's just you have to do more of a search, which I think that's one of the things I would change. I wish it was more upfront than you have to go digging to find the female idols, I guess.
And you're playing at an all-female funded
I
show
am.
on 9/15 at Matthews Brewery.
And okay, my dad just told me on 9/15 I'm playing a female, like, what was it?
Female musician, female
fronted bands. So like there's me, my band, and then there's going to be some other bands that have females in them, or female fronted. So
Like a showcase.
So like all the females,
And where is this going to be at?
Matthews Brewery in Lake Worth.
All right, you guys heard it. You get down to man, my memory is just is shot. What was the name of that place again? What brewery?
Matthews Brewery in Lake Worth.
Matthews Brewery in Lake Worth. You guys get down there and see Jasmine, front woman of Maximum Friction, and all these other amazing female fronted bands. Much respect. That's amazing. Do you ever get nervous when you're on stage, Jasmine?
Okay, so I've had that question before. It depends. There's definitely been some times where I've walked onto a stage, especially if it's a big stage that I'm not used to. Like the times we've played at OCC, which is in Clearwater, it's a pretty big stage. There's and we're opening up for Joey Belladonna on August 18th. 17th. August 17th, we're opening up for Joey Belladonna's Theo tribute. So, like, for example, like that show, I'm gonna expect to be a little nervous for it because there's a lot of pressure put on it. But then you have like the more closer to home shows, like when we play at Matthews Brewery, like I don't really get nervous going on stage. Like there's definitely that like rush of adrenaline that I get, but it's not really nerves at that point. It's more just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this again kind of thing. So like the only time I ever really get nervous is if I'm playing by myself in front of my teachers for my jury, and that's a grade. So like, I have a right to be nervous, but no, not when playing for bands.
Very cool. All right, let's see. Jada wants to know, who was your biggest role model when you first started out in the band?
Okay, so this is actually a really good question. As a bass player, I really didn't have like anybody like besides like people like for example like Rocky and the people who are around me. I guess those would have been my role models. Those were the people that I saw. So people that I watched, like the bands that my dad took me to locally, those would have been like my first like reason to play an instrument. And then like I guess my first favorite band was the Ramones. I loved the Ramones as a kid. And then it was like Megadeth and Black Sabbath and System of a Down at one point, Slipknot at one point, Alter Bridge, all those people. But like specifically bass player wise now, I would have to say Cliff Burton is one of my favorite bass players. I adore Cliff Burton, especially like what's it called? What's it called? Stop. I don't know why. Pulling Teeth Anesthesia. I can play that. It's the bass solo on the Kill 'Em All album, and it's so good. It sounds like a guitar player is playing it on a bass, if that makes sense.
And so you have this memorized?
I do. I can play it. I can play it. I don't play it exactly like he does. Obviously, there's definitely some things where I take some creative liberties, but for the most part, you know, you can if you hear me play it, you know that it's the song, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Other bass players would probably be Geddy Lee because he's just a phenomenal bass player. You know, like Les Claypool because like his creativity is off the charts, like, you know, and then like other bands like Geezer Butler, Black Sabbath, icon, a legend, you know, Slay, and stuff like that. Like, I feel like all the bass players that I play, like in my band, like after, they're just those are my inspirations. I don't know really how to say it. There's no specific one, honestly.
No, it makes sense. What is Dawn adding to the chat? Puppies?
Too many puppies! Yes.
All right, we got Daniel Bayanez on YouTube. Daniel, you are such a huge supporter, and I really, really appreciate you so much. Question, besides the rock music genre, what music genres would you like to learn to play?
Okay, so I'm a big pop person too, actually.
Okay.
I love Billie Eilish, by the way.
Oh, I love Billie.
Billie is so good. Olivia Rodrigo's Slay, you know, she's very iconic, especially because she blew up so fast as like 19. So like that's definitely somebody to like be like, I want to be her kind of thing. Just because she kind of deserved, honestly. She got everything in just a year of being in the music industry. So that's like somebody to look up to. But there's definitely some other artists that I listen to. And honestly, if I could do a different genre rather than like the genre I play, I would be a pop singer, honestly. I would be like a Billie. I would be Taylor Swift. Like, you see me, I'm here.
Well, you can always do like you have Maximum Friction, and then you have that like
Yes.
band, like that secret band that nobody knows it's you, and then like
Yes.
you reveal yourself like 3
Like,
or 4 years
me.
later and be like, it's me.
I know, right? I want to do that so bad. It'd be so much fun.
That would be amazing. All right, Jordan Branch. If you were on an island and could only have 2 albums, what would they be? For me, it would be Audio
Oh.
Slave and 40 Ounce to Freedom. Thank you, Jordan. That's an amazing question.
Oh no. Okay. See, my favorite albums like my favorite songs change so much. I don't think there's specifically one album I really like either. There's because usually when I listen to an album, I have my favorites, and then there's like 2 or 3 songs where I'm like, and then the rest of the songs are just like in between. Sometimes it does take a while for the albums to grow on me.
Okay.
But okay, let me think. I'm thinking. Definitely. Okay, see, I don't think I'd ever get tired of the Toxicity album by System of a Down. It's so good. Chop Suey, so good. And then okay, I guess I have to have a second one. Let me think. This one's a little harder.
Well, hold
You know
on.
what?
I can do the do 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 do
Yeah, I got it.
do
I got it.
do 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 do. Okay. Go ahead.
Ultra Bridge, their new album, their 2023 album, which is Pawns and Kings. That one, I like that one a lot.
Okay, very, very cool. Very nice. You guys are live here on the Sunshine Show with Jasmine and Maximum Friction all the way in Florida. All right, Jasmine, tell us. So you got the new album that'll be coming out. So what are the projections for when the album will come out? What are we thinking?
The entire thing, I have no clue. Honestly, I know the first 4 songs. There's no specific date, honestly. Those songs will come out first. When every other song will be released is honestly just a big question mark. So I guess you're just gonna have to follow us and find out.
Oh, let's see. Jordan says, best advice I've gotten from Sunshine: don't put yourself in a box. You can do everything. Oh, Jasmine can do everything. She gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Ross Rucker, do you ever listen to Sting and the Police?
The Police, I've obviously heard songs by them. To Sting, I don't recall like any songs off the top of my head by them, but like both of those bands, I don't listen to like freely, if that makes sense.
I'm Googling this because I am with you on this. I think Sting
Yeah.
actually is the lead singer of the Police. Is he? I'm not sure. I think he might be. I should know this.
Okay. My dad's like, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm slow.
Wait, we're editing that out of the podcast.
Let's be slow together, okay? Listen. When people throw names at me, I just look at them and I'm like, guys, you guys can't do that to me. I don't know names. Okay, so.
Dawn, you're not quitting. You're staying forever.
No. Yes, I've obviously heard songs by them, but like I don't listen to them like on the daily. But like I also don't hate them, if that makes sense.
So Sting actually did a Tiny Desk session with, oh my gosh, why did my mind just go blank? Okay. Whoever is watching out there, who did Sting do the Tiny Desk session with? It's a Jamaican artist. My brain's not working. That's okay. David McCampbell says bass player singer. You better believe it. Jordan says Sting was her first concert. Dang, that's amazing. What my first concert was like La Mafia or like Intocable or something like that. What was your first concert, Jasmine?
I was a small person and it was Kiss.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, we got the one and only Omar.
Crew. Wow.
Ooh, that's very cool. We got my favorite Omar Jimenez, aka Crispin, in the house. I love you, Omar, all the way from Mexico. Such a treat, such a pleasure. I interviewed Omar about 2 years ago. You can catch it over on anchor.fm, where all my archived podcasts are. Yes, Sean Paul and Sting did the Tiny Desk. You got to watch it. It's really cool. It's a really cool video. Let's see. Chris said, God, that made me feel old. Welcome to the party, Chris. We're all feeling old over here, okay? All right, Jasmine, I got one more kind of serious question here. How do you balance the pressures of maintaining a certain image with staying true to your musical talent and artistic vision? Do you think female musicians are often judged more on their appearance than their skills? Obviously, you have both.
Yeah, okay. So, as somebody who has been told I'm a very pretty person, because I definitely have my friends who are like very, very like, Jazzy, you're so pretty, Jazzy, which that's like the supportive base of that we're always like telling each other how pretty we are and stuff like that. But there was a point in time where especially like when I was being a teenager, I was like in 7th grade, and I was just starting to find like my clothing style. So when I went on stage, I dressed in baggy-ish clothes, and because that was the most comfortable thing I had pretty much, and it was the closest thing I had to stage clothes. And I think the rudest question I or the rudest statement people tell me, which like most of the time I'm just like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny, but it kind of hurts, is when people are like, I couldn't tell if you were a girl or a guy. And I look at them and I'm like, why would you tell me that? I'm like 13, that hurts. But like, as like, okay, now I'm like almost 16, and when people say that, it's like, okay, whatever. And honestly, what my one of my friends said, which I think is really funny, is like, it's not that you look manly, it's because both of the boys in your band look girly. It's not my fault. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
man, I have when I was in 7th grade, I legit looked like a dude. Like I have pictures of like I would just wear flannels and I had a weird hair thing and I was just
No, my hair
weird.
was so goofy.
I was just,
That
I was
was
just weird.
I think that was the biggest problem, is my hair wasn't really like tamed. I wasn't really taming my hair. I hadn't started wearing makeup yet. Even though I don't really wear makeup all the time now, I wasn't really taking care of my skin, so my acne was all over the place. I wasn't wearing jewelry like I do now. So like, there was definitely reasons why. I understand why people would take that, but like then there's some people where I'm like wearing like short shorts and a tube top, or like I'm wearing a skirt and they're like, I couldn't tell if you were a girl or I'm like, go get your eyes checked, please.
Yeah, keep the rude comments to yourself, people. Let's see. Daniel Bayanez wants to know, have you watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Jasmine.
Oh my god, wait, is that like a movie? As like a movie?
Yes!
Because I've never watched it fully, but I do this thing where on YouTube there's like movie recaps, and sometimes I'll look at movies before like I actually watch the whole movie. I've seen like a movie recap of it and it looks so stupid, but at the same time it looks like something I'd watch just for fun. Just to
It
throw
is so
off.
it's so good, dude. It's actually recorded here, like in Santa Cruz at the boardwalk and in Watsonville. And it is very campy. It's very what like cult classic kind of thing. But if you
It
like
makes
stupid
me so
horror
out of
movies,
pocket.
it's my favorite movie. Interview with the Vampire, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. What's the other one? La, 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 la. I don't know. Anyways, I like those kind of movies. In case you were wondering. All right, Jasmine, we're going to start wrapping this up. I want you to give us the best piece of advice for, oh, yes, Lost Boys. Thank you, Dawn, for reminding me of my other favorite movie, The Lost Boys. I want you to give me your best piece of advice. It can be for aspiring musicians, young musicians. It could be for just a general piece of advice. Any kind of advice you can give the viewers and the listeners at home.
Okay. So this is probably advice that I give myself all the time, which is, don't take everything everybody says to heart, especially like hate comments or like people who don't particularly like you as much, because those tend to stand out more than the compliments, honestly. And you always have to kind of keep into yourself to remember that you're trying to be who you want to be, not who other people want you to be. So don't work towards a goal because you want to impress somebody. Do it for yourself first. If it's making you happy, then that's where you should go. And honestly, don't give up. Like, don't think of it as too hard because you can do it. You just have to have that willpower. And sometimes that's really hard. And it's okay to give yourself a break too. Like, don't overwork yourself. But like also don't be lazy like I am sometimes.
I feel like that was directed at like my heart is like, oh, you're talking directly to me. I'm not going to give up, Jasmine. I'm going to make you proud. That's actually amazing advice. Everybody
you.
make sure to take out your notebooks and write it down, jot it down there. All right, so I want you to just kind of give us a promo of your upcoming shows.
Okay. Okay. Okie dokie pokey wookies. Oh, I'm getting handed a flyer. Give me the flyer. Okay, so we have the Matthews Brewery Punk Fest, September 7th. We have that, right? Okay, and then
I like
we
that
also
flyer
have.
too.
Thank you, thank you. I think my dad might have made it.
No,
No?
they-
Really? Oh, so my dad didn't make it. Sometimes my dad makes the flyer, so I didn't know. But this is the flyer, yes. And then we have the girls like festival thingy thing, the girl fronted bands thing that's coming up. When was that? September
15.
September 15th. Also, the closest show is in August 17th. We are going to OCC in Clearwater, and we are opening up for Joey Belladonna's Dio tribute band. So that's a really big deal for us, and I'm super, super excited. So Joey Belladonna is the singer of Anthrax. For anybody who doesn't know, well, uneducated people.
Thank you. That we're learning things over here, Jasmine. And if you wanted to be sponsored by any brand, what would that be?
Any brand? Okay. Music wise, Dark Glass. Any brand else? Apple, sponsor me. I use all your products.
That's actually the best answer I've ever heard on this show. This show brought to you in part by Cheese Ball of the Month Club. All right. Good.
Yes,
Good to
yes.
know.
Baseball of the Month Club, join.
Oh, this has been so much fun, Jasmine. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come and chat with us. I hope that you'll come back on the show again whenever you release your single or album or EP or whatever you're doing. I would love to have you back on. We can't let it be 2 more years that go by, before we talk again. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, right. Okay, I got you. We'll schedule it for like, how about 2 years from now?
Yeah, we'll stick your dad on it. Dad's got us. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I love you guys. Chris Luna, Rocky Rucker, Ricky, Jordan, Cy, Katie Clark, everybody. You guys are amazing. Jada, Ross, you guys showed up. You always do. Tomorrow, I will be going live again for a special episode of the Sunshine Show with the Murphs, and we'll be talking about the Taylor Kane Classic. So I hope you guys will show up again tomorrow night for a very special pop-up episode of Sunshine Show. All right, Jasmine, we're gonna get out of here. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I'm pretty much good.
All right, we're good. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say bye. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.